Hey everyone, welcome back to Sansen Senpai New. Today we're diving into the very first episode of Blue Lock, and right from the start, the stakes are insanely high. After Japan's devastating loss in the World Cup, the Japan Football Union brings in the mysterious and ruthless Ego Jinpachi to revolutionize their entire system. His solution? The Blue Lock Project, a brutal training facility designed to create the world's greatest egoist striker. At the center of it all is Isagi Yoichi, a high school forward haunted by the moment he chose to pass instead of scoring. Now, trapped inside Blue Lock with 299 other strikers, Isagi has to fight for survival in a cutthroat competition where losing means your football career is over. How far will he go to become number one?
Nationals. Loser. I'm gonna score. And then on to Nationals. Isagi! Over here! I'm free! Tada. If I pass, they'll score. Isagi! One for all and all for one, remember? That's right. Because this is soccer. A sport played by teams of 11. Good. Now we're tied up. Counter! Push up! Grab! It's not your fault, Tana. You did your best.
Kira, I can see why people call you the jewel of Japanese soccer. I also heard you've been called up to play for Japan's U18 team. Tell us about that.
Well, it's true. But right now my focus is on winning at Nationals with this team. One thing I can say is that I'm here because of them. I wouldn't have become the person I am today without these guys.
You fought well out there. Third years, this was your last game. But you should be—
The young player sprinting across the pitch was Isagi, a forward for an unknown high school team. In that decisive moment, everything came down to a single choice. Should he pass the ball or take the shot himself? His coach's voice echoed loudly in his mind, reminding him that football was a one for all for one sport. Trusting that philosophy, Isagi chose to pass the ball to a teammate instead of shooting. But reality hit him hard. If that decision was truly correct, then why did his teammate miss the shot so badly? The ball was quickly stolen by the opposing team's striker, and in an instant, everything collapsed. That striker scored the decisive goal, taking away Isagi's chance to qualify for the national tournament. The media soon crowned that opponent as the jewel of Japanese football, a naturally gifted striker, directly selected for the U18 national team. He was not only incredibly skilled but also handsome and humble, the kind of player everyone admired without hesitation. Losing to someone like that should have been understandable. Even so, Isagi's coach and teammates couldn't hold back their tears. To them, their team had been the strongest in their region, even if that belief was built on emotion more than reality. But Isagi didn't cry. He knew the truth better than anyone. Their team hadn't even made it past the prefectural qualifiers. They were never close to the national stage in the first place. On his way home, silence weighed heavily on him. His mind drifted to his idol, Noah, the greatest striker in Europe. Since childhood, Isagi had watched Noah play and dreamed of following in his footsteps, chasing that same explosive brilliance on the field. But now, that dream felt like it was slipping away. Becoming the best striker in Japan, winning the U20 championship, it all suddenly felt impossible. And yet, one question kept looping in his mind. If he had taken the shot himself instead of passing, would things have changed? The thought lingered until he finally snapped out of it.
very proud of the time you spent together as a team. We may have lost, but I believe that someday, that team in Japan!
No. We're a team that didn't make it to nationals because we lost in the prefectural qualifier. And I'm just an unknown second-year forward on that team. That's the reality. Sorry to let you down, Noah. You're a true superstar.
A direct volley! An incredible goal from Noah!
Something I'm never going to be.
Wow, Yuichi! You're unstoppable!
I admired you for so long
Are you sure you're in middle school?
and gave so much of my life to soccer. But
It's one for all, and all for one! Let's make nationals together!
Yeah!
it looks like my dream will never be more than that. My idiotic dream of becoming a star striker for Japan. And one day, taking the national team all the way to win the World Cup. What if, when I saw he was open, I hadn't passed, but taken the shot instead? Would that have changed the game? And maybe my whole life? Remember, it's one for all, and all for one.
Hey, what do you think, Sokibeka?
Because soccer is a sport
acting
played by
pretty
teams of 11. You can't do it alone. Damn it. I really wanted to win. Hey, I'm home.
Welcome back, hon. How did the game turn out?
We lost 2-0. Tell me there's food.
I made pork cutlet for good luck, but I guess it didn't help.
Of course it didn't. You're supposed to eat that the day before the game.
Is that right? Well, it's good. Yeah.
I've got something that might help take your mind off it for a bit. A letter came for you from the Japan Football Union.
Selected to become a certified athlete?
Is that a good thing? It sounds like it is.
I haven't the foggiest.
I don't get it. Why me? I guess this is the right place.
Oh, hey, you're from Ichinan. It's Isagi, isn't it? Figures you got an invitation too. Good game the other day. I was there, remember?
Kira. Yeah, I mean,
Suddenly, Isagi shouted loudly into the empty street, startling a group of children nearby. Tears began to form in his eyes as his emotions finally broke through. And in that moment, he realized something raw and honest. Damn it, I still want to win. After letting those feelings out, he tried to laugh it off, thinking maybe he'd just go home and eat the meal his mother prepared. But fate had something else waiting for him. Back at home, a letter arrived, sent from the Japan Football Federation. It was an invitation to a special player development project. Isagi froze in confusion. Why him? Had they made a mistake? Maybe it was meant for someone else. Like that white-haired striker from yesterday's match, the one who had defeated him so effortlessly. That striker had even noticed Isagi's presence during the game. Someone like him made more sense for an invitation like this. Still unsure, Isagi decided to go. But the moment he stepped into the waiting room, everything changed. What he saw left him stunned. The room was packed with players. Not just any players, but some of the most promising forwards in the entire country. Every single one of them had a dangerous aura, like they were already stars waiting to explode. And they were all strikers. Soon, the organizer appeared and revealed the truth. 300 of Japan's top young forwards had been gathered here for one purpose: to create a striker capable of leading Japan to victory in the World Cup. They would be provided with top-tier facilities, training, and complete isolation from the outside world. No contact with family, no return home, and only one rule mattered. If you could defeat the other 299 strikers, you would become the world's #1 forward. The announcement sent a ripple through the room. It sounded insane, but strangely exciting. However, the white-haired striker immediately objected. He argued that every player here had teammates they cared about. Abandoning them for such a selfish and unrealistic project made no sense. His words gained agreement.
Of course I do. Not the kind of loss you forget.
Well, for what it's worth, you totally stood out. You've got a high soccer IQ. Like, you see the bigger picture, you know? If we were on the same team, you'd hit some amazing passes to me for sure.
Oh, thank you. Did that actually just happen? Ryosuke Kira complimented me?
So, shall we? Don't know about you, but I'd like to find out why we're here.
Yes, please.
Come on. We don't need to be all weird and formal with each other. Besides, I'm glad we met.
Oh, me too. He's such a nice guy.
This seems like the place.
Oh, wow. There are a ton of guys here.
Yeah, and I see some I recognize too. Okawa, Senno's star player. Ishikari, the tallest high school athlete. Even Nishioka, the Messi of Aomori.
Wait, is everyone here a forward? And test. Congratulations and welcome, Diamonds in the Rough. You are the 318 and under strikers who have been chosen according to my arbitrary and biased decision-making. And I am Jinpachi Ego, the man who was hired to ensure Japan's future victory at the World Cup. What did he just say? Japan's victory at the World Cup?
Who is he? Do you know?
No clue, sorry. It's simple, really. In order to outstrip the rest of the world, Japanese soccer requires just one thing, and that is the birth of a revolutionary striker. I'll be performing an experiment to turn one of you 300 into the single best striker in the world. Here, at this facility, Blue Lock. Starting today, you will live there together and undergo the specialized training I've devised to transform you. You won't be allowed to go home, and your previous soccer careers will be a mere memory. But I promise you this. If you fight hard enough, if you survive to be the last man standing out of the 300 candidates assembled here, you will be the greatest striker in history. That's all for now. It's been fun. He's not serious, is he?
Excuse me, sorry, but I can't agree to these conditions. All of us have teams we've given our loyalty to. And some of us have nationals coming up. You want me to abandon my team for what? To participate in some crazy-sounding program?
He's right. I've got nationals too, man. I don't want to live with a bunch of guys in some creepy facility. Yeah, who are you anyway? Bring out somebody who's not insane.
A pity. You're all seriously ill, it seems. Lock off. Anyone who wants to leave can go. Are your perspectives truly this limited? You'd rather be the top high schooler in this soccer backwater than the world's best striker? The future of Japan is in your hands? It's enough to make a man weep. What? Listen up. There's no denying Japanese soccer.
From several others. But the organizer simply scoffed. He didn't need players who hesitated. He made it clear. Deciding between becoming the best high school player in Japan or the best striker in the world was simple. Anyone stuck in that thinking would only drag Japanese football down. In his eyes, traditional beliefs about teamwork were outdated. Football wasn't about cooperation, it was about scoring more than the opponent. Pure ego. Pure hunger. Even legends like Noah had once said something similar, that scoring 4 goals while losing was better than winning through a single assist. To him, every position on the field existed only to create the ultimate striker. And if someone still disagreed, then they simply didn't belong. The room grew tense. His philosophy sounded arrogant, even delusional. But despite that, something inside Isagi began to shift. A strange pull formed in his chest. When the final call came, something unexpected happened. Isagi ran forward, not hesitantly, but instinctively, as if something deep inside him had been awakened. Behind him, others also began to move, drawn by the same uncertain excitement. They were then divided into groups for the first trial. By pure coincidence, Isagi ended up on the same team as the white-haired striker. Along with them was a monk-like player ranked near the bottom. Rankings had been calculated based on past performance and the organizer's personal evaluation. Isagi himself was placed near the bottom as well, ranked 299 out of 300. But that ranking was not permanent. Everything could change through performance. Only the top 5 would eventually qualify for the U20 World Cup roster as official strikers. The rest would lose any chance of ever representing Japan. The first test began. It was a 136-second game called tag football, where the last player to avoid being the monster would be eliminated. The monk-like player was chosen as the first monster. Determined to escape his fate as a monk.
First-rate teamwork. Call it the result of our country's characteristic thoughtfulness. But in all other aspects of the sport, we are second-rate. Let me ask you this. What is soccer? Is it about 11 players working together? The bonds that you form, self-sacrifice, fighting for your teammates. That kind of thinking is why this country's game has remained weak. I'll tell you the right answer. Soccer is about one thing. Scoring more goals than your opponent does. Whoever scores the most is the best. End of story. If you just want a fun game with your pals, then log off. What's with this guy? He's freaking nuts.
You can't really mean that. Take it back. Our team isn't weak. It's full of athletes that we all admire. I grew up watching them fight together on the field as a solid unit of 11. Those players are my heroes. You're wrong. Now take it back.
Japan's team isn't weak. Do you mean the same losers who have never claimed a single World Cup? You're either the best there is or you're trash. Got it? Instead of assisting my teammates to win 1-0, it feels better to pull off a hat trick and lose 3-4. This direct quote from Noel Noah, who beat out Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo to win the Ballon d'Or, tells us how highly the world's best striker values your precious teamwork. Here's one from Eric Cantona. I don't care about my team. I just want to stand out. And from Pele, the world's best forward, midfielder, defender, and goalkeeper. Whichever you ask about, the answer is still me. What you think? Pretty awful, right? But they're 3 of the best players in history, and they're all egoists down to the very core. That's what Japanese soccer is lacking. It's sad but true. You can't possibly become the world's best striker unless you're also the world's biggest egoist. The things this guy is saying. Which is why we're all here. So I can create a player who has what it takes. They can't be right. Someone who will climb atop 299 corpses. A solitary hero. I can't do it. For no one. I've achieved nothing. Picture the scene. You've made it all the way to the World Cup final. 80,000 people in the stands. You down on the field. The score is 0-0 in the second half of extra time. It's the last play. With a pass from your teammate, you're through the defense. You against the goalkeeper. 6 meters to the right is your teammate. If you pass, your team's guaranteed to score a goal. The championships, the hope of a nation, they're all riding on you. Only an insane egoist could take that shot without a second's hesitation. Now pass through and be transformed. Discard your common sense. Remember, out there on the field, you're the star. This is the opposite of everything I've been taught. Nothing should bring you more joy than your own goals. Live only for that glorious moment.
Forever. He immediately targeted Isagi, the lowest-ranked player. But Isagi dodged him skillfully. After a chaotic chase, the monk eventually spotted a sleeping player lying on the floor. Thinking it was an easy target, he kicked the ball at him. The sleepy-haired player, Nagi, barely reacted. Instead, he casually redirected the shot with a powerful strike, sending it straight into the monk's face and nearly dislocating his jaw. The organizer's only rule was that hands were forbidden. Everything else was fair game, even hitting someone directly with the ball. Still, another serious player stepped in, warning everyone to take the game properly. But his seriousness only made things worse when he himself got dragged into the chaos. The monk, now panicking, tried to survive by using Isagi as a shield. Isagi took a hard hit to the stomach and nearly collapsed. At that moment, he realized something terrifying. If he didn't eliminate someone soon, he would be the one eliminated. He turned his attention to the serious player, his best chance. But before he could act, Nagi once again intervened. Despite his lazy appearance, he unexpectedly helped defuse the situation, throwing the serious player aside. The chaos continued until Nagi himself was thrown away due to his small build. In the confusion, Isagi found himself face to face with the monk again. Time was running out. One shot would decide everything. The monk accepted his fate, bracing for impact. Isagi raised his leg, and then, he stopped. In that split second, something inside him shifted. If he took that shot now, nothing would change. He would remain the same player who blindly followed instructions and hesitated when it mattered most. He didn't come here for that. He came here to become the best in the world. To win against stronger opponents, not avoid them. At that moment, Nagi, intrigued by Isagi's hesitation, stepped in and took the role of the monster instead, shifting his attention toward the white-haired striker.
And if you can't, then you're no striker at all.
I am a striker!
Isagi, what are you...
I'll play a dumb game, shithead! Yeah, me too!
And so it begins. At the place where soccer is more intense than anywhere else in the world. Blue Lock. I'm 299Z. So I'm in... Oh, this room.
Hey, Isagi! What a relief. At least there's one person here I know.
You read my mind. I was kind of worried.
Didn't see you there. My bad.
Nah, it was just an accident. I hope.
Watch where you're walking.
Hey, Seiko, come on. Stop hogging the ball and pass it to me.
Dreaming about his last game.
Are you the Ryosuke Kira? I can't believe it's really you!
It's really me.
Nice to meet you! I'm Kurimu Igarashi!
Yeah, hey.
My family, they run a temple, but I don't really want any part of that life. So when I heard why we were asked here, I couldn't stop shaking. It feels like this is my chance to live my dream.
Have you finished changing, my little diamonds in the rough? Welcome all. Please, think of the players you're sharing this space with as both your roommates as well as your rivals. I have quantified your skills and ranked each of you according to my arbitrary and biased decision-making. Thus the numbers on all your uniforms. You can tell at a glance what your rank out of 300 is.
Wait, I'm 299? The second worst player here.
They're not set in stone, but change based on your performance during training or matches. Oh yes, the top 5 will get to play 6 months from now in an important tournament being held. These elite athletes will be registered as forwards during the U20 World Cup.
The U20 Japanese team? Is he joking?
Additionally, anyone who loses while here at Blue Lock will forfeit the right to ever represent Japan.
No way.
Only those of you who gain the biggest ego will succeed here, which I will now measure by administering a test. Let's play a game of tag, shall we? You have 136 seconds. Whoever's struck by the ball is it. Whoever's it the moment time runs out will be locked off.
A final exchange unfolded rapidly. The white-haired striker managed to avoid being tagged, but in the last moment, he passed the ball directly to Isagi. Everything slowed down. The ball came straight toward him. This time, there was no hesitation. Isagi struck the ball with full force, aiming right at the white-haired striker in the final second of the play. And in that instant, something inside him began to change. The moment Isagi struck the ball, everything around him felt like it disappeared. There was no noise, no crowd, no coach's voice, just the pure line between him and the goal. The shot flew forward with raw intent, cutting through the chaos of the final second. For a brief instant, even Isagi himself didn't fully understand what he had just done. It wasn't a pass. It wasn't hesitation. It was something else entirely, something born from instinct rather than instruction. The white-haired striker reacted too late. The ball crashed through the final space between them, slipping past every attempt to stop it. And then, it hit its mark. A goal. The moment the ball crossed the line, silence swallowed the entire room. Isagi stood frozen, eyes wide, almost unable to process it himself. That single decision, that split-second refusal to follow the old logic he had always believed in, had completely changed the outcome. Around him, reactions began to explode. Shock, confusion, disbelief. Even the players who had just been fighting moments ago now stared at him differently, as if seeing him for the first time. The white-haired striker slowly turned his head toward Isagi. There was no anger in his expression, only something deeper. Curiosity, and maybe even excitement. He didn't say anything right away. But his silence carried weight. The organizer, however, looked far more satisfied than anyone else. A slight smile formed on his face, as if this was exactly what he had been waiting for. This wasn't just about scoring a goal. It was about choosing ego over hesitation.
What? Also, no using your hands.
What? This is how you play soccer? I'm it first because I'm ranked the lowest? Fine, let's do this! No hard feelings, anyone! Whoa, hold on! Don't tell me you actually believe what he said! Yeah, what if he's telling the truth? If I'm kicked out, I'll wind up a monk for the rest of my life.
Whoever loses here will forfeit the chance to ever play for Japan.
Yeah! Hey, stay away from me! Real sorry, Isagi! Damn it!
Listen! This whole setup's ridiculous. Listen, the reason I'm here is so I can prove he's delusional.
Don't screw with me!
This is wrong on so many levels. No way I'm letting him ruin my future!
Damn this again! I can't hit anyone! It's a cheap shot, but so what? You're it! Punk! It's called a foul! If this were a real game, you'd get red carded!
He said only handballs were against the rules, didn't he? Good morning.
What's with this guy?
Look, I'm not a big fan of playing dirty. I want a clean game, you got that?
Aye, aye, Mr. Straight-Laced.
Left yourself open! Amen!
Bastard! I'm gonna destroy you!
Yeah!
Let go!
Isagi!
Oh, sorry, wrong person.
Crap. If I don't hit someone, my soccer career is over. I've got just 1 minute. Things can't end here. I won't let them.
Clear.
Everyone here's so athletic. I'll have to aim carefully if I want to hit anybody. I should go after a player ranked lower than me, like him.
For real? Oh no! You're gonna have to catch me first!
Is my fate really going to be decided by a stupid game of tag? Dang, this is really bad. No, I can't lose. I won't. I'll do whatever it takes to win. I want to continue playing soccer. I don't want my dream to end here. Not like this.
You little shit!
Come on, here's your
right
chance!
now! Let go of me!
Don't just stand there, shoot!
When I told you to play fair before, I was serious!
Well, that hurt.
Quit laughing and get off me! sprained it. Wait, time out.
Isagi, hit him now! Take the shot!
Hey, hold on, stay back. I mean it. Keep away from me, dude. I don't want to go out like this. It is.
About breaking the pattern of safe decisions and predictable teamwork. Isagi, still catching his breath, finally began to understand what had happened. That moment wasn't luck. It was a choice he had never been able to make before. The scoreboard updated soon after, and the rankings shifted. The system recalculated based on performance, not just past reputation. Isagi's position was no longer meaningless. He had changed something fundamental. Not just the outcome of a single play, but the way he existed on the field. Some players looked at him with disbelief, others with frustration. A few even seemed inspired, as if his action had cracked something open inside them too. But Isagi himself wasn't smiling. He was thinking, deeply, because even though he had scored, he knew something important hadn't been solved yet. He had not become the best. Not even close. All he had done was take the first step into a completely different world, one where hesitation would no longer be forgiven. The organizer's voice soon cut through the room again, calm and unshaken, as if nothing unexpected had happened at all. He reminded them all of the same truth. This was Blue Lock, a place where only ego survives. A place where only those willing to devour others can become the world's #1 striker. And Isagi, standing among the scattered players, slowly began to feel it. Not fear, not regret, but something sharper, a growing hunger he had never fully acknowledged before. The idea that maybe, just maybe, he didn't want to pass anymore. He didn't want to follow anymore. He wanted to decide the game himself. As the tension in the room settled, the reality of their situation sank in deeper. 300 strikers, only one future. And from this moment on, every single decision would decide who stayed human, and who became something greater. Isagi lowered his gaze slightly, breathing steady but heavy. The path ahead of him was no longer the same. And for the first time, he was ready to walk it alone if he had to.
Unfair!
I can win. I can survive.
Please.
But this guy's soccer career is over. No. They have to do it. That's how Blue Lock works. If there are winners, there must also be losers. Making my dream come true means ending someone else's. No getting around it. That's not right. In order to change, I have to be something I'm not. I came here to turn things around. To become the best in the world. Unless I beat someone stronger than me, that won't happen.
I like you. You're right. Want to beat someone? Then it should be the strongest player.
Wait, what, me?
Somebody once said, in the world of soccer, you can train first-rate goalkeepers, defenders as well as midfielders. But strikers are a different breed entirely. How can you tell one's a first-rate athlete? That's easy. They will look for where the soccer is its most intense. He was right. Find the strongest. Boom! Wow! Then out of nowhere, that's where you'll find them.
Blue Lock, additional time. Obviously, your mother and I don't know much when it comes to soccer, Yoichi. But getting picked by the JFU? Now that's impressive.
So true. Then again, you've always been good at the sport. Since you were little. Such natural talent.
I guess.
There was that one Christmas when you asked Santa Claus to bring you the World Cup trophy. I don't think there was ever a time you weren't dreaming of becoming the world's greatest striker.
Mom, you're embarrassing me. Stop it.
Whenever a soccer match was on the TV, your eyes were glued to the screen. And how you'd cry if we dared switch the channel.
Son, I want to check the news.
That's how it went. You'd tire yourself out from crying and fall asleep. Then, when you woke up, you didn't remember a thing. Oh yeah, you also used to forget to do your homework all the time. I suppose that's why his grades weren't very good, huh?
So low. Yep, the kid sure isn't a scholar. No, sir.
You said it, huh?
Wait a second. Were you dissing me at the end there?
Alright, that is for today's lesson. Thank you so much for spending your time with me here on Sunshine Smile. I truly appreciate every single one of you who watches, like, and support the channel. It really means a lot of and give me motivation to create content like this. So, if you enjoy the videos, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming lessons. Your support help me help the channel grow and bring more amazing content in the future. Let me know your true theory or what you want me to react to, like in the comment below. I would love to hear from you. Take care, stay awesome, and I will see you in the next video with more exciting lesson coming on your way. Peace, bye bye.